Welcome to our Media Center. Hi students, and welcome to South Effingham High School Media Center. We are so excited you decided to stop in today and learn a little more about what we have to offer. Whether you are interested in learning more about books, or working on our computers, or sitting in our reading area, or playing a game in our game area, there is always lots to do and lots to see in our Media Center. Okay, everyone, let's get ready to learn how we can find what we are looking for in different areas of our Media Center. Within our Media Center, there are several areas that we will learn about today. Let's begin with one of our most abundant resources, books. Among the many books we have available, there are 5 main sections, each offering a different type of book. First, we will learn about our graphic novel section, then move on to fiction, nonfiction, biography, and reference material. Pay attention as we discover what each of these sections has to offer. We'll review these at the end and see if you can figure out where some of these books belong. Books in the graphic novels section are found on a shelf in front of our Media Center. They are one of the most popular circulation items, so we put them where students can easily find them. We shelf these books by their series. This student is looking for the last volume in the Full Metal Alchemist series. So you look up the title and then you find this series on the shelf. So as we find our book, there are some different important things we need to pay attention to. Here we can see our call number for our book. Every book in the Media Center has a call number. For this particular book, the call number is 741.5 Arakawa. This is because this book is in the graphic novel section of our Media Center and is written by Harumu Arakawa. Looking for our call number is important for a few reasons. First, it helps us locate our book. It is important that we pay attention to our call number when we put books back on the shelves. That way, it is just in the right place for the next person to be able to find it. Now let's explore the fiction section. Books in this section contain stories that are not true. They are made up by the author. Usually fiction books are chapter books. They are often longer stories and very seldom have pictures. Books in the fiction section do share some similarities with graphic novels because they are arranged in alphabetical order by the author's last name and are not true or made up. In the fiction section, the call number will begin with F or FIC. This represents the word fiction. Below this section, the first few letters of the author's last name will be displayed, just like we saw with the books in the graphic novel section. Let's compare and see what you've learned so far. Look at these 2 books. Can you easily tell which is a graphic novel and which is a fiction book? How can you tell? If you could tell that the graphic novel was the book with the more pictures and did not have a lot of writing and identified the fiction book as the one with the black and white pages and mostly all text, you are correct. Remember, both the graphic novel and the fiction section contains books that are not true and have call numbers that use the author's last name with fic or 741.5 and are listed alphabetically on the shelves with the author's last name or listed on the special graphic novel shelf according to their series. And they contain very different stories in both length and age appropriateness. Let's continue on our tour by taking a look at the nonfiction section. Nonfiction books are true and are used to gather information on a particular subject. Unlike the other 2 categories we have looked at, Nonfiction books are shelved in numerical order by subject or topic. The Dewey Decimal System is used to categorize or organize books in this section by grouping them in sets of tens. To help us easily locate nonfiction books, shelf markers are used to direct our search. For example, if we are looking for a book about our school mascot, a Mustang, we would look around the end of the 500 section. 590 is for animals and insects. Don't worry about knowing what each group in the nonfiction section represents. We have shelf markers at the end of each aisle that give you great hints to point you in the right direction. Now it is time for us to visit the biography section. A biography is a true story or someone's life written by someone else. In this section, we will find stories about presidents and inventors, actors and athletes, and a lot more people who have probably heard of. Biographies are housed within the nonfiction section, but are all grouped together with their own call number, 921 in the Dewey Decimal System. Close to our nonfiction section, we have come to our reference section. Here you will find encyclopedias, dictionaries, and atlases and globes. These are very special and have to be used inside the Media Center. They are not allowed to be checked out, but are for everyone to share. Let's examine what each of these reference materials have to offer. Encyclopedias are books that span many volumes and tell us true facts and information on various subjects. The call numbers on the encyclopedia, like any book within the reference section, is an R or the letters REF. Also, you will see that encyclopedias are numbered and lettered. This information is used not only to keep the books in order, but also to help you find information that is of interest to you. For example, if you're looking for information on photosynthesis, you would look for a volume that has the letter P printed on the spine. Next in our reference collection, we come across our dictionaries. Dictionaries come in all shapes and sizes. There are student dictionaries, pocket dictionaries, subject-specific dictionaries, and language dictionaries. No matter which type you pick up, they all have a few things in common. First, words are arranged in alphabetical order. Also, the word you are looking up will usually be printed in the bold with the definition to follow. In some dictionaries, pronunciation guides are used to help you figure out how to correctly say the word. We have several types of dictionaries in our Media Center. Atlases and globes are also available within our Media Center. These are useful in looking at different places around the world. An atlas contains a group of maps, often showing different angles or views of an area. A globe is a map that is round and spins. You can learn a lot about another state or country simply by knowing where it is located. This completes our reference section. Now let's review. All information found in the reference section is true, also called nonfiction. Encyclopedias, dictionaries, atlases, and globes are all found in our reference section. Reference materials are not allowed to be checked out, but are used within the Media Center. That completes our tour of the book sections. We have looked at graphic novels, fiction books, nonfiction books, biographies, and reference materials. But wait, that's not all we have in our Media Center. Let's take a look at some other resources we have right here at South Effingham High School. Our Media Center also has 47 computer workstations available for student use. They are able to come in with classes to work on class projects, or to come in before or after school to do some homework, or come in during lunch and print something that they were unable to print at home. We are very fortunate to have these computers to work on all during the school day and after school until 5:45. We also had 3 computer labs that can be reserved by teachers to use for class projects or class computer use. Once you have selected your book or completed your assignment, there are a few comfy reading areas throughout the Media Center that you'll be able to use. Tables and game centers and colorful rugs are all places you can spend some free time either reading or playing games. Be sure to check these out also. Speaking of checking things out, we don't want you to forget to visit the circulation desk to check out our books. To do this, you'll just need to go to the desk, give your book to the media specialist or the media clerk, and they will scan it and stamp it with a date to return it. This is the same desk that you return the book, and your media specialist or media clerk will check it in. Also on this desk is a great wish list that if you have a book you cannot find in our media center, please fill out the wish list and put the name of the book and the author, and we will try to get the book as soon as possible. We have now completed our tour of South Effingham High School Media Center. Let's see if you can use what we have just learned to help answer just a few questions. In which section would we find a book that is not true, also called fiction, that contains mostly pictures, very few words and text, and is found in the 741.5 section? If you answered graphic novel, you are correct. Let's try another one. What's the name of a special section located within the nonfiction or true section that contains stories of people's lives? If you said the biography section, you're correct. Finally, once you have found a book you would like to read, what must you do to take it out of the media center with you? If you said check it out, you're correct. We hope you have enjoyed your visit to South Effingham High School Media Center. Please come back anytime.